This is a steal for the Eagles as a brand new report has dropped revealing massive updates surrounding one player in particular that has fans fired up. And in today's video, we're going to go over exactly who this player is and what it means going forward for the Philadelphia Eagles. How's it going, guys? Jack here with another video. Before we get into everything today, we noticed that 98.4% of you are not subscribed. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and get all of your news and updates from Eagles Digest, particularly concerning the trade deadline that is coming around the corner. It's coming close, guys. November 4th. I feel like Howie Roseman is going to get pretty active come November 4th, and we're probably going to see a lot of acquisitions and perhaps some trades that are going to come around this trade season. So to get into today's video, we have a article from Alex Weiser that's concerning the secondary. He says that perhaps the most pressing need, though, is at cornerback. Adoree Jackson and Kieley Ringo have both struggled considerably when called upon, most recently on the road against the New York Giants. Meanwhile, new addition Jacorian Bennett looked decent early on, but is sidelined by injury. And with Mitchell pulling up limp due to a hamstring issue suffered early in the loss to New York, the secondary room is alarmingly thin on the outside. And right he is, folks. This secondary has not looked very good come this season. Cooper DeJean and Quinyon have been the only cornerbacks back there that have kind of just been picking up the slack of Kieley Ringo and Adoree Jackson. We know that Adoree Jackson started off the season at that cornerback 2 spot, and then he, of course, got hurt, and Kieley Ringo had to step in against the Giants, and they kind of switched out. Adoree Jackson and Kieley Ringo did. But as you can see here, they have been pretty abysmal across the board. Their tackling, their run defending, their coverage, just in any facet of this defense so far this season, they have not improved, they have not performed, and it's just really tough to see. So concerning that this article with Alex Reiter, he says that one potential call for help could go out to Seattle, where an enigmatic but highly talented cornerback has struggled during his pivotal contract year in the 4th season of his 4-rookie-year deal. Riq Woollen has been shuffled in and out of the starting lineup for a stout Seahawks defense, which boasts a deep secondary cast. And we all know who Tariq Woolen is, guys, or Riq Woollen, whatever you would like to call him. We know how good Riq Woollen was in his rookie season. He was competing with Sauce Gardner for the Defensive Rookie of the Year. I know there was a lot of flack and a lot of arguments surrounding that particular topic, but we know that Riq Woollen has not repeated his performance from his rookie season. He's looked very, very lackluster. If you take a look at his stats here, you can just see that he has not been the Pro Bowl corner that he was in his rookie year. He has just not been able to repeat the same kind of performance and consistent play season in and season out. It's been really, really tough to see because he was such a young, promising corner. He had a tremendous rookie season. You can see here he had 6 interceptions. He made the Pro Bowl, of course, which we said. Yep, he's 6'4" with elite athleticism and good hands. I mean, the sky was the limit for this guy, and he unfortunately just hasn't been able to repeat anything since then. He's on the last year of his rookie contract, so it's a contract year for him. And he's, not performing to the level, of course, that he wants to or that the Seahawks wanted to. But if we're looking at a trade here, especially for a cornerback like Tariq Woolen, I think Howie Roseman is someone to look at that might make a move for a cornerback like this. I know we made a video the other day on Denzel Ward, and he's a prospect that is to be looked at for the cornerback position. But I think Howie Roseman might also look at someone like Tariq Woolen, who's more, the right word would be moldable at this point, because I think if you put him in a system like Vic Fangio's, I think he could really thrive with cornerbacks like Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean surrounding him. I think that when you put a player who is not great but has all of the intangibles and the athletic traits to be great, they can become the player that you think that they can. So hypothetically, let's say Howie Roseman does trade for Tariq Woolen. What do you think that would look like? Well, personally, if you ask me, I think Tariq Woolen, he obviously is he's making a lot of money in his last year of his contract. He's making over $10 million right now. I don't think he's obviously worth that at this point. I don't think Howie Roseman is going to want to pay him. But again, like I said earlier, if you put a cornerback like him who's moldable, who has all the athletic traits, I think he can really improve his game. But if you look at the trade, if you look at acquiring someone like Riq Woollen, I think maybe a 4th-round draft pick, maybe, or some pick swaps could possibly be an option to look at if you want to get a player like him. I'm not sure exactly what the compensation might look like for a player like him. You know, he's got a very, I think Tariq Woolen has a high ceiling. I think he can become a Pro Bowl caliber corner again in this league. But again, you have to put him in the right system. I think that matters a lot with defensive players. I think it matters a lot with cornerbacks because we know how volatile this position is. I mean, if you take a look at Sauce Gardner last year, Sauce Gardner, I think he was at least a top 20 corner in the NFL, but he was not anywhere near close to his first 2 years in the NFL where he was arguably the best corner in the NFL. Now, I know some Eagles fans are, in particular, a little more leaning towards that we should trade for a pass rusher. And I tend to agree with you guys there. I know that having an edge rusher and putting pressure on the quarterback, to me, that's probably the top 3 most important position in football. I really value edge rushers. I think that they are... they're the first line of defense. They're the first people that apply pressure on the quarterback. And of course, we are depleted at that position as well with the departure of DeVonta Smith. And that was obviously very tough to see. I mean, he was our best edge rusher with the departure of Nolan Smith. And now we have to rely on people like Josh Uche and Jalen Hunt to kind of just take the reins there and really step up for this defense. And that's, we hope that, of course, that they can play up to the level that we have expected. I've seen Josh Uche play, and he's been playing really well in the limited snap counts that he's been getting. But hopefully he can kind of take it to another level until Nolan Smith can come back and really kind of bring this defense back to what we know it can be. But just shifting back to Tariq Woolen right now, I don't think that the Eagles have anything to lose at this point if they trade for a cornerback like him. Like I said earlier, I think if you put him in a system like Vic Fangio, who is arguably the best defensive coordinator in the league, I think you can really bring him back to the level of play that he was in his rookie season. And especially if you surround him with other great defensive players like Zach Bond and Jahad Campbell, who are some of the best coverage linebackers in the NFL. I think he can learn a lot from Vic Fangio and the elite players that they have on this Eagles squad. So let me know what you guys think down below about this trade. Do you think that Tariq Woolen will be a good fit for the Eagles? Do you think Vic Fangio and Howie Roseman are kind of going to take a look at him? Do you think they might trade for him? What kind of compensation do you think that they're going to get for him? Because if you take a look back at the stats here, guys, like this secondary is just awful. Outside of Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. Adoree Jackson and Kieley Ringo are just not cutting it so far this season. They're missing tackles. They're getting blown by in man and zone coverage. It's just an eyesore to watch, and I really hope that they can figure this out and hopefully get a star corner or a moldable star corner at least before the trade deadline. But let me know what you guys think below. Give us a score prediction for this matchup against the Minnesota Vikings. How do you think the defense is going to do? Do you think they're going to get carved apart? How do you think the offense is going to do? Are they going to look stagnant? Is Kevin Patullo's play calling going to increase? A lot of questions heading into this game, but let me know what you think down below, guys. Thanks a lot. Go Birds.